Kayode, the issue here is that when you're talking about generations, they are though past, and we are in the present one. What we have now is totally different from what we used to have in the past. And I would conveniently tell you that the past is, in Nigeria, is 1,000 times better than the present.
Wow. 1,000 times?
1,000 times better than the present. The reason for this is that what the TV is able to cover to the continent now is more on the side of the newer generation. Then the past is limited to what we do in Africa or basically in Nigeria. Christian Chukwu, if by now he is able to play, you roll back time, exactly. He will play in the World Cup and be one of the best that you can see as a central defender.
Is the pace not down?
Not pace, you understand me. He has pace, he's strong, he's tall, his ball delivery is unbelievable, then the ball intelligence is unbelievable as well. You talk about Mudashiru Lawal. There's no other person that will be able to play as that number 4 position, distributing the ball and marking and deciding what happens. Then the quality of execution, you know, of the passes and everything, then switching point of attack and scoring goals as well. Then football control, then mastery, the intelligence is unequaled now. You have people like Aloysius Atwebu. Then imagine that one does a lot of tricks with the legs and he's using the leg as if it's a hand. You understand me? The only person I want to compare now, the only people that I would want to compare with what we saw in the past with Adoke Amasiemeka, with Odegbami, is the likes of Okocha, Ndubiso Kuseme of the past. You understand me? And to a large extent, maybe Aruno Ilerika, when I saw his clips and all that.
Exactly.
The issue here is that most of the coaches that were handling the Nigerian national team then was Otto Gloria, Fadatiko, and endless. Maybe they almost about 7 to 10 of them. Kayode, these guys are professors of football that even sometimes they don't even come to the pitch with tracksuit or whatever. They wear their suit and all. But in those days, if you look at the goal, I want you to check out something. Look at the goal that Adoke Amasiemeka scored, the one that they brought out, that they scored. Instead of doing 2 to beat 1 with a player, he did 2 to beat 1 with the opponent, using his leg. You understand me? And this is what is lacking in the time that we live in. Then strength level, look at Odegbami. We gave him the name. Nigerians gave him the name, Mathematical Odegbami. You understand me? So Felix Wolabi and the rest, you know, you know. Then too, Benjamin Nziako, you know,
we can go on and on.
We can go on and on. Kayode.
It's very interesting the way you describe Muda Lawal, but it looks like I'm very sure you've not watched this. You are saying exactly the same thing Segun Odegbami was saying about Muda Lawal. So let's listen to what Segun is going to say about Muda Lawal now. Okay.
Muda Lawal was something else. He would run for 90 minutes. When they checked his heart, I think we were in China or something, they said he had a big heart. His lungs were so big also, it could take in a lot of oxygen, you know, and he could run and run without getting tired. Muda had some of the best football control you can think of. You know, he could just, from 1,000 kilometers per hour, the ball traveling at that speed, he would just bring it down and do something with it. He had wonderful crosses. He could passes. He could pass 5 meters. He could pass 30 meters. You know, he could score. Muda could score. You know, if he had a chance, usually he would bury it because he had good shots. So overall, Muda was an exceptionally gifted player.
Back to the future. Tijani Babangida, his World Cup story. Apart from all we know is done. France 98, Denmark was killing us. It was terrible. They brought him in and he scored an amazing goal. It was a bad one for him, according to him, but his World Cup moments, he's going to be talking about it now, and that goal, and the fact that in spite of scoring that goal, he was still happy.
Yes, no one will be very, very happy scoring a goal in a very keenly contested contest, you know, in the World Cup, a match that is strong. But the truth, Kayode, is a goal is a goal, and you've entered into the history books. If they show in all the World Cup goals, you will take your place in there. But the sadness comes if the goal does not have meaning to the outcome of the game.
4-1, 2.
Exactly.
Where were you on the day?
I was at home watching on TV. Then I did a little analysis concerning the match, and I said, be careful. There is no difference between Sweden and Denmark and those from the Scandinavia like Norway. You understand me? But these two, they are a living example of what tacticalities in football means beyond Italy.
Good finishing by Tijani.
Yes.
But apart from that, I mean, we just broke up on the day. We didn't. The defense did not exist.
Yes, we were torn apart.
What happened?
The reason is that fundamentally was that we are much more technical in going into the game and playing it, but they were much more tactical, you know, coming into the game. And games now, like I said before, then is no longer won technically. You can control possession, you can score all the goals and dribble everything. Yes, the pace, because they wait for you to come, they steal the ball, they make use of the vacated spaces by your players, they come, all the corner kicks, free kicks and all. Then the tricks of the game, they put a through pass, the goalkeeper is coming, he doesn't go away from the goalkeeper, he would only touch the ball and wait for the goalkeeper to sleep there. You touch penalty like they had. And at the end of the day, you understand, the goals is what counts. You understand? If you win match, if you score a lot of goals and you cannot defend against the ones that is going to be scored against you, you know what is going to happen? You are going to win a lot of matches, but you're going to lose important ones.
And we were talking about meeting Brazil. We forgot about that game, even before the game.
Yes.
We were talking about meeting Brazil.
This is it. When psychologically the imbalance is created, there's nothing you are going to do. So defend more. As the matches come, play. Don't look at what is going to happen next.
There was no Denmark. We're talking about Brazil even before the game.
This is exactly true, because we've not actually played against them on several occasions like we have met Argentina. But I was quick to warn that Denmark is not a purely technical team. They are technical in moving the ball, but 90 or 100% tactical in searching for victory. They defend more than actually attacking more.
But why? I'm still asking the same question. Why would you want to underrate a Denmark and think about Brazil when you've not beaten them?
Yeah, because you've seen Brazil and you believe in the yellow and the blue with white stripes. You understand me? And we all know what Brazilian football is all about and the amount of World Cups they've won, with Denmark not being able to capture any yet. But so in this game, yeah, exactly. So this is just it, Kayode.
All right. Time is fast spent, but we're going to be doing something very special now. World Cup moments of Chief Alexander Okegbenro Akinyele. He opened up completely. The things he's going to be saying is amazing about that Nigeria versus Algeria match away. And he called the minister of Algeria and told him, you know what, you have no place to go. You are not going to qualify for the World Cup. All we need to do is, you know, play with our guys. Don't defeat us. Let's just go to the World Cup and all. And that the minister said, no, let me leave him to say it. It's amazing, amazing, the kind of revelation, the kind of things he was saying here. Chief Okegbenro Akinyele, you know him very well, former sports minister. Opening up here like never before. You will not be seeing this anywhere in the world. Trust me on that.
Sports. If you know sports and you don't know sports politics, you cannot make it. We had won all our matches. We had only one more match to win and go to the World Cup. Lose or go back home. When we got to Algeria in 1993, if they lost the game to us, they are not leaving home. If they win, it's the same thing for them. So I called the sports minister. I said, Minister, come up. This situation is the last chance for an African nation for this World Cup. We have won all our matches. This is the last match we win, and Africa will be there, and you will be there. If Africa is there, then you are there. Why don't you and I agree to ensure that Nigeria goes? If Nigeria goes, all Africa goes. He said, Mr. Minister, that's not how we are going to do that. I said, no, let's be reasonable. What do you want you to do? No, there is no match fixing, but let us play well. No, I don't want to play do or die. So your people are very ferocious, they are very determined, they are very reckless, they are ruthless. Let's play a gentleman's game. Don't play any desperate game. Oh, he said, is that what you mean? I said, that's what I mean. He says, okay, we are going to play gentleman's game. I said, very good. And if they didn't play gentleman's game, if you miss the leg, don't miss the man, we wouldn't have won. Because the boys are terrible. They're always fighting battles here and there. So when we got to the field, they were playing it, the gentlemanly game. I was very happy. But my boys were not playing well. They played as if they had taken some kind of tranquilizer. I was so sad. I was shaking. Then the Honorable Minister for Algeria came to me and said, if your boys don't play well and they are giving living chances, then my boys will play the way they know how to play. They will win. I said, no. This is a game that FIFA will be very proud of. Let's leave it like that. So at halftime, I went to meet our boys and I talked to them. I spoke to them. I told them off. Your friend Wesaho was very angry. He said, the minister ought not to come to the dressing room. I said, which minister will not come to the dressing room? The pride of this game is my pride. I'm a Nigerian. You are hired. I am born into this thing. So allow me to play my role the way I wanted to play. So I spoke to the boys. I said, you lose this match, you are going to walk back to Nigeria. You won't go by here. It worked. They went back with very great spirit, with courage, with boldness, and all the rest of it. We scored just one goal, and that one goal took us to the World Cup.
Now, Amokachi. There's no flag. They're onside here. Yakini's in the middle and has to score. 1-0 to Nigeria. And Yakini, one of the most feared strikers in the World Cup.
We really learned so much from Nduka Ogbade, and we're going to be learning more. But before we let him go, 1982, I was a very small boy, but I love Brazil. Zico, to Antunes Coimbra, Socrates, everybody. They were just too good. We were comparing them to 1970. All of a sudden, they met Italy. Paolo Rossi. What a shock.
The game was purely an example of a team that is purely technical in nature, then the other one that is purely tactical
Coach
as well.
Santana.
Yes, against a coach that is
Enzo Bezout.
Yes, Enzo Bezout, that was very, very tactical. And if you watch the match, the ball movement was on the side of the Brazilians, but the speed, on counter was on the side of the Italians. And the ones that were going on offensive most of the time with Falcao and the rest, scoring in that game and everything. Wonderful goal, wonderful at the moment that it was greatly needed, but they never knew that the shock was yet to come with Rossi claiming 3 goals in the at that level.
Predator of the highest order.
Yes.
You won't see him much.
You won't see him
just
much.
Positioning himself,
exactly.
moving.
When a team is tactical, you always look for teams players too that are very tactically minded, and when you plan to defend more then go on the counter, it affected Brazil to the extent that we were all, I myself, as young as I was looking forward to Brazil being able to win the World Cup, but at the end of the day they lost it to Italy, but we had to accept it.
Okay, we won't lose it to you because we're going to be showing you everything we talk about mostly. Brazil versus Argentina, 1982 World Cup. Amazing game.
Assembled the finest team ever to travel to a FIFA World Cup. Needing just a point against Italy to secure a place in the semis, they fell behind to a Paolo Rossi goal. It was just a matter of minutes before Brazil were level through their rangy and powerful captain, Socrates. Italy, though, hit back, the 26-year-old Rossi with his second. Surely, though, this Brazil side was too good for any opposition. Falcao took aim before smashing the ball past a helpless Dino Zoff. But on 74 minutes came the decisive moment of the tournament. Rossi's hat-trick goal made him a national hero. Italy went on to become champions. Brazil, brilliant, but beaten.
Okay, nice to have you back. Unduka, nice to always have you here. I mean, you add so much to this program. I mean, you are exemplary.
Thank you so much, Kayode. It's my pleasure.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Join us after this time out. Welcome back. Femi Okegbenro is joining us now. He's a man who links with you. He links with everybody in the world because, of course, we're on YouTube now. We are scrolling it. All you can do, in case, which I don't advise you to, in case you miss our program, which nobody wants to miss now, all you need to do is go on the YouTube channel. You are going to play back exactly what we've done. Nice to have you here.
Feels good to be here once again, Kayode.
Looking as handsome as you.
Oh yes, I get that a lot, Kayode.
All right. Let's know what's happening.
Today's episode of the show, today is for gift presentation. Over the past weeks, we've been reading out questions and we've been receiving answers on our social media platforms. But today we have someone in our studio to redeem his gift.
Yeah, that is nice.
Oh yes, he answered the question last week when we asked what edition of the World Cup were most reds issued. Okay. So he answered correctly on Twitter handle at Chika Adibia.
Okay, so we're
joining
going
us now in the studio.
All right, he's going to join us after this time out. Nice to have you back. When we make a promise, we deliver, and we're going to be delivering on a lot of promises later. The viewers are the ones we really need to enjoy what we do, and there's going to be a lot of prizes later, lots and lots. Femi Okegbenro is joining me, and of course, Femi, we have somebody in the house.
Yes, we have a winner. We have a winner in the house.
First ever winner.
First ever winner on Moments to Russia. So kindly introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, Nigeria. My name is Chika Orisakwe. I'm studying geology at the University of Lagos.
All right. You know it was the fastest finger thing.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Okay.
So I was quite surprised. I guess I have a...
So, yeah. Congratulations. On behalf of Peachtree Communications, we present to you your gifts. Yes, on behalf of Peachtree Communications, Moments to Russia.
Progress, I tell you. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you very much.
You are first winner. That's amazing, lovely. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Welcome back. It's just minutes to end this show. We told you something weeks ago. I'm going to be repeating it now. This is the only program where you can make a request to watch whatever has ever happened in the history of the FIFA World Cup from 1930 in Uruguay till now. And you're going to get it. You told them last week.
Yes, and on that note, we have a request from Ilorin, Nigeria, from Tolu Bakare. He requested for highlights Germany 2006, Germany being knocked off in their own on their own grounds.
Yeah, it was a tragedy.
What do you have to say about that game?
It was a tragedy.
Germany,
The fun in the whole country. We're going to show that maybe in next week's program. Everybody was wearing their color. The ladies, you could see the way they were crying when they lost. It was like the tragedy in Brazil, 1950.
Losing on your own home grounds.
Exactly.
That
And
really
being
sad.
well beaten, there was no excuse.
Oh yes, oh yes.
There was no excuse.
Oh yeah, so still on that note, our question for this week, it's a grand prize. Every last episode of the month, we're going to be issuing a grand prize. So hold your phones really close. Our social media platforms on Twitter, Moments to Russia, Instagram, Moments to Russia, on Facebook, Moments to Russia. Our question for the week, in the FIFA 2006 World Cup, who scored the winning goal in the game between Italy versus Germany? I'll take that again. In the Germany 2006 World Cup, who scored the winning goal in the game between Italy versus Germany? Send your answers via social media, Twitter, Moments to Russia, Instagram, Moments to Russia, and on Facebook, Moments to Russia.
Okay, it's well and done today. Lovely to have you here.
My pleasure to be here, Kayode. It's always a great time here.
Beautiful. Do not forget, week in, week out, you can make any request. Like I said earlier, from 1930 till now, everything that has ever happened in the FIFA World Cup, 1930 to now. And we're going to really make our promises count. Apart from that, for those who, if you do not watch us on NT International and all those other stations, and you do not get us on YouTube, which you will, what you can do is make a request. We'll send you some questions secretly. You get the questions, you get DVDs of our program for that week or the ones at the past. That's the way we're going to end today's program. Join us same time, same station next week, because it's going to be very amazing. There are some lovely, pleasant surprises we have for you. Bye. God bless.